Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. I want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. We're back here to do the episode we do at the end of every month called New Albums Purchased. I like this. I've enjoyed doing this over the months. Most people seem to take an interest in it. And I completely understand that because I do the same with other people's channels who do this same type of thing. Brendan Snyder being the one I listen to the most because he actually talks a lot about the albums, shows you what he's getting. He does one, I think he does a daily one, I think he does a weekly one, and I know he does one at the end of each month. Now, I don't know if he does that if he misses stuff or because that's what he normally does. I'm not 100% sure. I do like Professor's picks on Sea of Tranquility. Very detailed. I also usually like most of the stuff that Ken Goldham likes. He has similar tastes. I'm not a big fan of the jazz part. That's the only part about what he likes that I'm not crazy about. But the rest of the stuff I do like quite a bit. And then I also like CD Cave with Jack. He tends to shop the same way I do. Thrift stores, record store, online stuff, and always has some interesting. He's at least one or two albums every time he does something that I think really get me motivated to get some stuff free. So, anyways, we're here to do this. Is take two. So, as you can see, some of these things have been unwrapped. I started to do it. I got almost to the end, and I was so caught up with the album, I forgot I leaned it on the record and I erased the whole screen. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Anyways, we're going to go through these a little quicker than I originally did. So I tend to do this. I've got 14, so I tend to do um, the progressive stuff first and then the not so progressive stuff at the bottom. And then if there's anything that isn't progressive at all, I do that last. So we'll start out with this one, brand new. I did unwrap it, as you can see. So I like to undo the unwrapping part in front of you so you see that it's new, but I screwed that up. So this is like a booklet type setup here, kind of similar to the Beatle ones that I have. Very, very almost cardboard feeling. Nice pictures on the inside. I don't mind these. I like these a little more than just the paper slot, but still I prefer the cassettes because it's easier to protect the CDs. So in this case, the biggest thing I don't like about these is getting them out because you end up scratching the CDs if you're not careful. So as you can see, this one's in good shape. Put it back in. This does have a book with it, as do most of these type of things. They have one side for the CD, one side for the book. Nice cover and back part to it. This is I believe this is their debut album. So if I'm wrong, please correct me, but I'm almost 100% sure. This is called Lush Attic, and I believe this is their debut. Nice cover. This is a remade cover. I do like the covers of their albums quite a bit. Nice shot of them inside and one on the back. And then there's the lyrics, which is good because I'm a big lyrics fan. I do like vocal parts to the music quite a bit. And then there's a little bit of a discussion here with Mike Holmes at the back. So excellent. I'm looking forward to listen to this. Their music, if you haven't gotten into IQ and you like Genesis or you like Marillion, you like that sound, you will like this a lot. They may be the best of those prog bands, those neo-prog bands that came out in the early 80s. Yeah, I know people are going to argue about Marillion, but the problem with Marillion is they changed at some point and their music is very different. I wouldn't even call it prog anymore. Where these guys have been consistently putting out one great prog album after another. I think they're still getting better. The newest album is fantastic. So IQ, Lush Attic, their debut. Next, Wobbler, another band that I like a lot. This is, I think, their second last album that they released. Covers a little different than others. You can see a little bit different, a little weird. Typical Wobbler album, 4 songs, 3 really lengthy ones, 1 not so lengthy. That's generally speaking. I do like this copper colored disc here. As you can see, it's in really good condition, brand new, right? I got this from both this and the IQ album came in the order that I ordered from Laser CD. So there was 2 plus box set that I will get to towards the end here. So yep, just typical, giving pictures of the guys and what's going on in who's playing on the album and your lyrics. And there's this kind of strange picture. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, but yep, typical. The lyrics, of course, a typical Wobbler album. I now have all 5 of them. I believe this was the 4th one, come out in 2017. I've liked every single disc by them. Dwellers of the Deep, which was the most recent one, I loved it. There's one that's waiting its turn in my playlist now. A couple others waiting on the sidelines to get in the playlist, but definitely this is probably the band that I've enjoyed the most. This and IQ are the 2 ones I probably enjoyed the most since I started this channel. Next up, we've already done this one on What's New. This is Jethro Tull's new album, Curious Ruminants. Good shape. I love the pictures. It's another booklet very similar to the IQ one, except for this is a digipack coming with a kind of plastic holder for the CD. I'm not a big fan of digipacks. You got to be very careful with them too, but they're easier to maintain the CD than just the cardboard ones, which when you try to take them out, scratch. There's a nice picture of all the members of the band here, and then the main guy, Ian. And it also comes with a booklet, which is typical. It has who's playing, the song lists, plus all of the lyrics. You got your brown first half of the album, then your gray kind of back half of the album. And then there's right on the back, you got this picture of Ian Anderson with that goat-like thing on his head. This album, I think, was better than the Rock Flout. Probably this album seems a little bit more similar to Zealot Gene, which I like. The first 4 tracks on Zealot Gene, excellent, and this got that same kind of feel. Next up, I'm gonna have to stop touching the computer. I don't want to erase it again. So that was also new as well. So those first 3 were new. All of them, well, 2 of them anyways, I purchased from Encore. The other one I purchased online directly, I believe, from, oh no, actually I ordered that through Encore, and they called me when it was in. Next is Alan Parsons Project, a guy who I didn't think I would get into. This guy. I had the first one, I listened to it for a while, and then whenever I see him out there now, I'm finding myself buying his stuff up. And this is Vulture Culture, released in 85. I'm not sure about this music at all. I don't know anything about it. I find his music, I didn't initially follow him at all when I was growing up. I knew of his stuff, but I never followed him. Wasn't something I listened to. I do like the album cover is quite good. This was actually, I believe, a used one. Yeah, it was used. Anytime you see that cost thing on there, you know it's used. Has a little booklet, of course, with it. And it comes in a cassette, which is the way I like them. The reason I like the cassette things is I think they just make it easier to deal and protect the album. Another nice picture of them inside. Just talking about the band. I don't think the lyrics are in here at all. Oh, I might be wrong. Oh, this one's very different. It gives you a breakdown of all the songs and who's playing on each of the songs. I really like that because, not that I need to know who's playing them, but it gives you all the different instruments. So when you're listening to the song, you can see, oh yeah, that's what that is. And that's how you learn, right? So anyways, that's Alan Parsons Project's Vulture Culture. Next up, a couple of albums from the same band, Hawkwind. So this is Distant Horizons, which is a studio album by them. The disc is in good shape. It's used as well. It's got that yellow thing in it. This has got that kind of color scheme that I got on Crest of an Ave by Jethro Tull. It kind of reminds me of that color scheme. Got a nice picture of them all here on the back, and another picture of them inside, and just different parts, just different discussions about the album and stuff like that. Another shot of the keyboardist here. So yeah, and it comes in this cassette form, which I do like quite a bit. So they're Horizons, Distant Horizons by Hawkwind, one of their studio albums. The next one is also a Hawkwind, but this is a live CD, double actually. So you got this picture on the front here with, I guess that's a naked woman. And then that looks, I thought that was originally two dogs, but it looks like two rats in dogs' bodies maybe, with those rat-like tails. Both album covers are like this. CD covers, I mean. And then it opens up this way, and then you have this kind of almost King Crimson-like looking center to it. Sorry, I don't know if you could see that. Yeah, see that. And then of course it has a booklet, as most of them do. This is actually a pretty thick booklet. It's like almost as thick as a comic strip. Just lots of pictures talking about both discs, who's on the album, of course. Some more pictures on the inside, lots of that. Some weird stuff too. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be all about. And then you've got the second disc. And there are some bonus tracks on this CD as well. So you've got two double live albums, or two live CDs. So it's a double CD live, plus you got 3 bonus tracks. I'm not sure if those are live, or perhaps they might be studio album checks. I won't know until I actually go through this and listen. I'm just going to try to get it in here. This is actually my first live disc by these guys. The book is so thick it wouldn't go in properly. So there you go. Hawkwind. This is called Space Ritual. Next up, this is a guy I probably wouldn't have bought up, but the album was pretty cheap. He had 3 or 4 of them there. I thought I'll take one and see if I can warm up to him. Mike Oldfield's Discovery. This also has Simon Phillips on the drums. This is a studio album, I believe, released 1984, so it's an older one. Most people who watch this probably know who this guy is and probably know this album. It's in good shape. It was a used disc. Nice back. Front's a little bit kind of almost Steve Hackett type art, but not really. But kind of got that kind of shadowy look to it. Nice shot of the inside. You also got lyrics to the entire album, as you can see, and then the back page talking a little bit about the disc itself. So just a standard book disc, nothing special there. So I'm looking forward to hearing what it is I'm getting myself into here. Now the next one is a box set, which I originally had to unwrap from here, as you can see, but I screwed it up, as we know already. So it comes in this box thing like this, nice kind of cartoonish type, medieval type feel to it. And the back shows the list of all the albums and when they released. There's a picture of each album at the top, and underneath you have CD1, CD2, CD3, CD4, telling you what the album is. So you got Future Legends, that's the first one. 7 Secrets, the second one. The Prince of Heaven's Eves, the third one. And Modern Masquerade, that's the fourth one, released in 73, 2 in 74, and 1 in 75. And in case I haven't already said it, the band is called Frump. Wise as Wisdom is the box set collection. the Dawn albums from 73 to 75. So I don't know how many albums Frump has. Are these just the first 4? Or is this their entire collection? I don't know, because I'm still pretty new to them. A couple people have turned me on to them, and I've listened to a little of their stuff, and I liked it. It's definitely progressive, probably a little bit on the medieval kind of pastoral side. So you've got, first we'll talk a bit about, where is it? Oh, this little booklet that it comes with, which is kind of neat. So it opens up. It's kind of a poster of them. See if we can get all of it in there. And then on the back is interesting. It gives a picture of each of the 4 albums, plus the names of those 6, when it was originally released, all of the tracks and who's on here, plus who produced it, all the different relative instrumentation you'd like to have. And then at the very bottom, it's talked about how this was all put together under the Wise as Wisdom box set package. So that's kind of interesting. I like that. And then you have the 4 albums, which I will go over. So the first one, though, is kind of different from the other 3. So this is a folded one. Nice inside cover and a kind of very psychedelic outside cover here. And the disc is in one side here. If I can get it to come out without damaging it. I'm not having a great job of that. I hope I'm not making a big mess of it. No, I didn't really make a mess. So see, it's brand new, so it's in good shape, purple color. Very psychedelic colors, green and purple. Nice picture of them on the inside with the tracks and all the information in a kind of open book type form. So this one is like that. The other 3 are just singles. So the next one out is Modern Masquerades. Another picture of the band. A little bit of information on it. The disc just slides out. This particular one is green. They're all on the esoteric label as well. I'm really interested in getting into these guys now. I got this for a pretty good price. I think it was like $48 for all 4 albums in the box set, and then of course whatever the cost of the the delivery. So yeah, so look for it. So this is the Modern Masquerades, their second album, kind of a cartoonish, a lot of them, or almost what we would call fairy tale-ish. Yeah, that's probably better. This one's a little more cartoonish, this particular album, and very psychedelic, of course. This is the Prince of Heaven's Eyes album. This one is orange, if I can get it to come out. Orange, or an off orange, maybe a peach color. And then the last one is Seven Secrets. I believe this is the final one. I don't know if I have them in the right order because I had originally taken them out of box. This one's a white album cover. It's in good shape. A little bit of a different one. Very psychedelic, very kind of surreal, I guess. Maybe you might want to call it. So I'm looking forward to listening to this entire set, which I'll probably start as soon as I'm finished the Atomic Rooster set, which I've been kind of working my way through too. I may actually start this a bit earlier. Who knows? I like it. So now we're down to the final 3. This is where I got last time before I lost it. But I'm actually about 5 minutes ahead of the pace here. So Steve Howe. I've got 2 Steve Howes here. This one, released in 2005. It's got all of his tracks on there. I'm a huge Steve Howe fan. He is my favorite guitar player. He does take some hits for not being so heavy with the electric guitar and stuff, but I kind of like him because he's more of an acoustic guitar player. It's his acoustic stuff that I like the most. He does have some electric stuff. Some people don't like it, say it's too thin sounding and stuff. I like it. He's my favorite guitarist. Has been for some 40-some years now. I don't see that changing. So this album is in good shape, of course. It's a used one. Got it for $12. It was a little pricey, but comes with 15 tracks. Tony Levin is also on here, and Dylan Howe, his son, or I believe it's his son. I think it's his son playing drums here. And then you have Oliver Wakeman and Virgil Howe on keyboards. So I'm assuming that Virgil Howe is related to him somehow as well, but I don't know too much about either of them. So it does have a booklet. I'm sure it'll explain all that to me. It's kind of a different kind of a book. Definitely got that Roger Dean kind of stylized Steve Howe name, which he likes to use. Some nice pictures here. There's a picture of Steve there. Yep. So that's the first of the 2 Steve Howe albums. I assume so this one's called The Grand Scheme of Things, Steve Howe. I don't know if this is studio, and there's 16 tracks on here. It was arranged and produced by Steve Howe, released in '93, so it's a little bit older than the predecessor, which is clear because Steve looks younger there. Disc is in good shape, colors blue and yellow. They shot of him with the guitar. Guy has a fantastic guitar section. So playing on this album, Steve Howe, there is some lead and harmony vocals, so that might not be a good thing. Nick Beggs on bass and stick, Dylan Howe on drums and percussion, Keith West on harmonica, vocals and harmony vocals and harmonica, and Virgil Howe on keyboards and piano, and Anna Palm on violin and vocals. I don't know who Virgil Howe is. I don't remember hearing about him before. I'd have to go look that up. And this one breaks the songs down, giving who plays what on each song. I do like that. Steve Howe tends to do that a lot, which I appreciate. Yeah. So there's another shot inside. So another good album. This one was a little more pricey. Well, actually, this one was a little less pricey, $9. The other one was a little more pricey. And then the final album, which is kind of the coup de grace here. Wasn't expecting to get this. This is Billy Joel's Glass Houses. Fantastic album. Killer album. Probably my favorite Billy Joel album. It's got a lot of the stuff that we all know. You may be right. That's on here. Sometimes a fantasy. Don't ask me why. Another well-known track. I'm Still Rock and Roll to Me. Maybe his biggest track. All for Lena. Don't Want to Be Alone. Sleeping with the Television On. Close to the Borderline. And Through the Long Night. So I think this is his best album. I haven't got all of his albums. I haven't listened to all his albums, but to me, this is best. It's in good shape. And it does have a line through around the middle. I'm not sure what that's about. It looks like it's part of the disc, so maybe it is. I don't know. It comes with a booklet, of course. They all do. Yep, just the lyrics. Picture of him here. Oh. And it's just an ad. And yeah, so there you go. And it's got the list of the people. This was released in 1980. I didn't realize this album was that far back, but it definitely is. And I think it's his best. Nice picture on the back of him and the broken window. So anyways, final album for my new albums purchased, Billy Joel's Glass Houses. Got it as a used album from Encore. Most of the used stuff I got from Encore, and I don't think this month I got any from anywhere else. So anyways, that's my 14 albums released to me and are new to me this month, and they'll go into my list of albums up there that I want to listen to still, and we'll get to them. You know, it's a lot of good stuff here, I think. So anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of New Albums Released. Please hit the like and subscribe. And if you want to make any comments about any of the albums or answer any of the questions I put out there or pose your own questions, you can do that in the comment section. And we will be back at the end of April with another new albums purchase. So have a good day. Have a good night. Goodbye.